Welcome to Diet Headlines. I'm Wendy Chen. Thank you for joining us. Coming up in today's top stories, we join Vietnam Tzu Chi volunteers in Ho Chi Minh City as they carry out their regular home visitations. In China, we meet a survivor of the 2008 Wenchuan Earthquake, Wei Yunlu, to see how she's doing today with her newly fitted prosthesis leg. And we meet a cancer patient caseworker at the Hualien Tzu Chi Hospital, Lin Yinghui, who makes sure her patients are following up on their treatment. We kick off today's program in Vietnam. Each month, Tzu Chi volunteers will travel to the 8th and 9th boroughs in Ho Chi Minh City to carry out home visitations. In addition to learning about the lives of care recipients there, volunteers also hand out subsidies to help cover their daily living expenses. By witnessing poverty firsthand, volunteers gain an even deeper understanding of the importance of Tzu Chi's timely charitable work and are also inspired to cherish their own blessings.
Today, Vietnam Tzu Chi volunteers are visiting care recipients in various neighborhoods of Ho Chi Minh City. The homes that volunteers visit range from simple to crude. Some dwellings are compartmentalized with sheets of cloth, while others are constructed by corrugated metal.
I have no children, but I have a nephew who looks after me. He's very kind to me. Sometimes he even massages my feet.
Impoverished residents not only receive material assistance from Tzu Chi, but can also confide in the volunteers. Another group of volunteers visit the outskirts of the city, where a group of residents await them. Signing expresses the tacit understanding that exists between Tzu Chi volunteers and the care recipients.
By joining in this activity today, I've gained so much. I'm grateful to Tzu Chi for giving me a chance to help those in need.
With Tzu Chi's assistance, residents are better able to cope with the adversity and enjoy a better life.
Moving to Taiwan, a senior resident in Yuanling town of Changhua County is paralyzed from the waist down after suffering a stroke, yet she still shoulders the responsibility of caring for her two grandsons. With limited mobility, garbage slowly piled up and the living environment became unhygienic. Upon seeing this family's plight, Tzu Chi volunteers soon arrived with their cleaning tools and helped restore the house to its original cleanliness.
Rotten food items are just a few among the substantial waste accumulated in the senior's kitchen. With cleaning tools in hand, Tzu Chi volunteers are going to restore the house to cleanliness.
We're going to clean your house so you'll feel more comfortable living here and you will get better soon.
Despite suffering from paralysis, the senior still has to take care of her two grandsons.
The grandma had a stroke, so she has difficulty moving about, and keeping the house clean has been difficult. When we heard of her situation, we began to care for her on a regular basis.
As Tzu Chi volunteers work away, they first sort the items which are recyclable and remove the other unwanted items. Having to scrub ferociously to remove the tough stains and grease, volunteers clean the grandma's home as though it were their own, ensuring no corner goes unnoticed. In no time, all the items in the kitchen look sparkling new again, and the living room has been given a new fresh look. With the unwanted items gone, it seems that the afflictions in the senior's heart have been dusted away too.
In the past few days, we have brought you stories on all the rebuilding efforts and work in China following the 2008 Wenchuan Earthquake. Today, we continue the topic by bringing you the story of Wei Yunlu, who was a month away from graduating from elementary school when the earthquake struck. The tremor took away the lives of 16 of her classmates, as well as her left leg. Nonetheless, the love that poured into Sichuan afterwards gave her a prosthesis leg to stand on and a new mission in life. She's now a junior in high school and lives her life to the fullest in loving memory of her 16 classmates.
This is Wei Yunlu from Sichuan Province, China. Back in April this year, she took a few days off school to participate in a charity bike ride to show that she is a survivor. When she was in the 6th grade, her life was completely changed by a natural disaster.
当时地震来的时候，真的脑子一片空白。
When the earthquake struck, my mind went blank. All I knew was that I must stay alive. I kept seeing other classmates falling one by one. I was surrounded by dead classmates.
旁边全部是我的同学，死了的，全部都是。
The 2008 Sichuan earthquake took the lives of Wei's 16 classmates, and now, 5 years later, she has never forgotten about them.
我觉得应该我自己努力去完成他们没有完成的梦想吗？
I must live my life for them to accomplish the dreams they never got to finish. I should fulfill their wishes.
怎么替他们完成？
好好努力啊！
By getting into university, I think that is a start.
The quake also took away Wei's home, piano, and left leg.
当时我们就看见她的那个左脚。
By the time we got to her, her legs were already broken and the burn was visible to the eye. I felt as if my world had gone black. Every day I would sit at home and cry. Why did this happen to my talented daughter? I was really miserable, but now seeing how brave she is, I'm very comforted.
又抬走一个，然后又抬走一个，然后我妈。
While bodies were being taken away one by one, my mother would tighten her grip on my hand. I comfort her by saying, "It's okay, I'm still alive."
Though the young girl has lost much to the disaster, the love that poured in afterwards helped alleviate her suffering by replacing her piano and her leg.
至少能够正常的生活，自己照顾。
At least I can live a normal life and take care of myself. I feel very blessed. In the beginning, when I was hurt, it never occurred to me that I might recover so well. I was just glad to be alive. Now I'm especially happy that I can stand without the use of crutches.
特别开心。
Wei, who once dreamed of becoming a pianist, now has a different career path because of the experience.
因为通过地震嘛，我就觉得。 当医生是一件特别伟大的事情，然后可以。
After the earthquake, I realized how wonderful it is to be a doctor. You can bring someone back from the brink of death. I think it's great to be able to help others.
Wei is still passionate about her piano, but for the sake of her dream, she is willing to put that passion on hold.
很多社会上的好心人嘛，帮助我们，然后我也觉得特别感动，所以我也觉得。
I'm grateful to so many people for helping us. I'm so touched that I feel I must study hard so that I can do my best to reciprocate. That is one of the main motivations.
给我学习上更大的动力。
All the while, Wei has retained her innocence.
我妈说要我自己学会整理家务。
My mother said I have to learn how to do household chores.
No longer a victim, Wei Yunlu is filled with the same dreams as any young girl her age, and she continues to work hard each day to fulfill her dreams and the dreams of her 16 classmates.
Continuing on with our Buddha Day reports from around the globe, the Buddha Day ceremony organized by the Tzu Chi Philippines chapter took place at the Marikina Sports Park on May 12. Joining the event were the mayor of Marikina City, Dharma Master Dao Yuan, and other monks, as well as Catholic nuns. And with gratitude, respect, and love, 10,500 participants came together to pray for peace and harmony for our world.
美啊， 真美。
Celebrating Buddha Day, over 10,000 participants assemble at Marikina Sports Park. The city's mayor, Dalde Guzman, comes especially to attend, while architect Felino is participating for the very first time and is intrigued by the solemnness of the occasion.
This year's Buddha Day ceremony is an important event for me to attend as a mayor, as we have received so much help from the organization.
Not just words and beautiful teachings and beautiful principles, but in action, how it benefits other people and so on. So for me, I'm very inspired and so grateful that I have had the opportunity to work in Tzu Chi.
Opening the ceremony with Buddhist chanting, participants respectfully bow at Buddha's feet and make offerings of flowers. In a Catholic country such as the Philippines, seeing people come together at a harmonious and beautiful Buddhist ceremony impressed Dharma Master Dao Yuan.
I'm very thankful to Tzu Chi for bringing Buddha's wisdom and teachings to the Philippines and the Filipino people.
A Catholic nun also joins Dharma masters from the Jingsi abode in praying for a harmonious world. Transcending the boundaries of religion makes the power of prayer even stronger.
There's no differentiation between Catholicism and Buddhism. We're all united, no matter which country you're from. If everyone can display kindness to one another, the world will become a peaceful place.
With 10,500 people attending the event, to reduce their carbon footprint, many participants opted to take the bus to the venue. And despite the scale of the event, the venue's cleanliness has been maintained, as volunteers have come up with ways to restore the premises quickly back to their original state.
We should help clean up so that the sports park will be left spotless for other users' benefits.
While our hearts have been cleansed, we shouldn't forget to restore purity back to Mother Earth as well.
Also holding a Buddha Day ceremony are Tzu Chi volunteers in Thailand who organized this year's event at the Taiwanese Center in Samut Prakan province. Besides the Buddhist roadshow, Tzu Chi volunteers also set aside an area for an exhibition to promote vegetarianism and recycling concepts. The event was attended by 378 Tzu Chi volunteers, foundation staff and members of the public, all of whom came together to honor the Buddha, parents and all living beings. Prior to the Buddha Day ceremony, Bangkok Tzu Chi volunteers are busily decorating the local Taiwanese center where the celebration will be held. From setting up the offering altar to practicing their movements, the volunteers give it their all.
This is our first time, so we don't know anything. It is a learning opportunity, and thanks to my fellow volunteers for giving me this chance. It is because of the united efforts of everyone that we are able to put this event together.
As this year's ceremony is held at the Taiwanese Center in Samut Prakan province, which is spacious and fully equipped, volunteers also invite members of the public to take part.
I am really glad to take part in the Buddha Day rituals. Tzu Chi volunteers have been helping us without regard to our faith or race, so our residents in Bampayong County, Ayutthaya province, are all deeply moved.
Through the Buddha Day ceremony, we get to cleanse our hearts and at the same time inspire love so we may reach out to all living beings with Tzu Chi's great love.
Of the more than 300 participants, some are first-timers, while others have been taking part in the celebration each year.
Last year, we held the event at Rama the Ninth Park, and this year it is at the Taiwanese Center, which is more spacious. Having the children attend, they also get to know Tzu Chi and learn more about the meaning behind this celebration.
Through the Buddha Day celebration, everyone gets to purify their soul and spread goodness. We should try to commit to charity work and pray for peace in our society.
The annual Buddha Day ceremony is like a homecoming for Tzu Chi volunteers. It is also a time for everyone to come together in prayer for a peaceful society. cancer patient caseworker is someone who makes sure cancer patients are following their treatment program. We now introduce you to Lin Yinghui, who holds such a title at the Hualien Tzu Chi Hospital. At first a nurse, Yinghui was inspired by her father who developed cancer to take on the new position. Here's her story.
没有接，我们先去外科好了啦，电话没接。
Worrying about an oncology patient who did not show up for his appointment at Hualien Tzu Chi Hospital, Lin Yinghui is a caseworker who helps lung cancer and liver cancer patients maintain their health.
后续追踪有没有依照？
I follow up on patients to make sure they are adhering to their treatment program. If they don't come back, we will inform their doctors and call them. Maybe they forgot or don't feel well.
不舒服，好不想回来。嘿，现在看厝较袂疼无？
On the clipboard in Yinghui's hand is a list with nearly 200 names. She makes sure they return for treatment and makes all necessary arrangements.
交通就会帮他评。
We take their transportation arrangement into consideration. Many of them come from the more isolated eastern area, so some doctors would see them first.
After Yinghui obtained a nursing degree from a 5-year junior college in 1999, the 9/21 earthquake struck before she could further her study. Immediately, Yinghui followed Tzu Chi volunteers into the hard-hit Nantou County.
去那边就看到很多。
When I got there, I saw how doctors and nurses were utilizing what they knew to help. Though I had studied nursing, I cowered behind everyone else.
Deeply moved, however, by November of the same year, Yinghui had arrived in Hualien alone, hoping to turn her passion into action.
整个过程还不错，就感觉还蛮。
Working alongside Tzu Chi volunteers felt pretty good, and I was motivated by the medical personnel's efforts, so I sent my resume here.
花莲慈济来。
But Yinghui's first assignment to the surgical ward was rocky.
主要挫折是说。
My first major hurdle was that my performance was so-so, and I wasn't making much progress. Plus, I was far away from home. I wondered why did I move here?
Then Yinghui was posted to surgical ICU. The life and the deaths she witnessed set her back even more.
病人整个疾病变化。
I couldn't care for the patients on my own. It has to be a team effort. I began to have doubts about whether I could care for my patients.
把病人照顾好。
The everyday life and death in the ICU wore her out quickly. She really had trouble hanging on at times.
Every month, Yinghui's mom comes here from Tainan to volunteer, so she understands Yinghui's troubles well.
I can't bear to watch her like this. They work longer hours than most people, and every day they deal with diseases and others' negative emotions.
No mother can bear to watch her children suffer, but watching her own mom's softness and tenderness as she volunteered renewed Yinghui's strength to carry on.
I said, it's a blessing for you to serve your patients. In their time of need, you can be their savior.
Yinghui decided to pursue a higher degree, but then her father developed esophageal cancer. Yinghui decided that he should undergo treatment at her hospital.
治疗。 那在这边治疗过程会觉得说。
The treatment my father received over here, the care provided by the staff, chemotherapy, radiation therapy, and follow-ups, I had nothing to worry about.
后面的整个追踪过程。
In caring for her father, Yinghui realized her shortcomings and inadequacies as a nurse.
那时候对整个癌肿瘤的照顾。
At the time, I didn't think much about caring for oncology patients. In the surgical department, patients came to get operations, and the operations were performed. But because of my father, I began to take patients' stress and post-operative care into consideration.
想比较多一些。
She was very attentive and supportive of her father till the end. Her father said it had been worth sending her to a nursing school and that he was proud of her being a nurse.
Though Yinghui's father would eventually pass away, she decided to undergo training to become a cancer patient caseworker and completed her degree in 2008. Now she is caring for every patient, although caring for her father.
In Taiwan, after her father passed away, Tainan Tzu Chi volunteer Song Yilan couldn't bear to see her mother grieving alone at home all day, so she invited her to volunteer at the local Tzu Chi recycling station. Song's mother enjoyed collecting and recycling plastic bags until health problems forced her to cut back on volunteer work. To put her mother's mind at ease, Song Yilan has taken over her mother's recycling work.
Song Yilan goes from store to store collecting plastic bags for recycling, a job her mother performed until she underwent orthopedic surgery recently. Now Song is filling in to allow her mother time to rest and recuperate.
These stores always save plastic bags for my mother and ask her to pick them up. Now that mom is experiencing health problems, it is up to me to collect them.
After Song's father passed away, her mother spent her days grieving at home. When Song introduced her mother to practice recycling at a recycling station, the older woman found a new joy in life.
I can work to help save the earth, and the money collected can help those in need.
By helping her mother with recycling, Song Yilan has become even more deeply involved with Tzu Chi and is now a Tzu Chi commissioner. Whenever Song has free time, she brings her mother to the recycling center.
As long as she's happy and laughing, I feel that I'm fulfilling my duty as a filial daughter.
Seeing to elderly parents' health and happiness is a joyous obligation. Song Yilan says she'd like every day to be Mother's Day for her mother.
Staying in Taiwan but moving to Kaohsiung City for the final report of the day to meet Ms. Zhang, whose daughter was left paralyzed from the neck down after an accident 19 years ago. To ease her burden, a team of doctors and Tzu Chi volunteers arrived at her house to check up on her daughter's health condition and let this brave mother know that Tzu Chi will always be there by her side.
Ms. Zhang cleans out the sputum for her paralyzed daughter. 19 years ago, an accident left Ms. Zhang's daughter paralyzed and she relies on a respirator to survive. In spite of her deformed hands, Ms. Zhang's daughter can still write neatly on her notebook. Thanks to Ms. Zhang's love and care, her daughter has been very brave and optimistic about her condition.
She used to be very annoying all the time. Before, she wouldn't let me sleep and would cry if I left her side.
To care for her sick daughter, Ms. Zhang stays alert at all times, and the hard work has left her with pro-orthosis on her two legs.
She has been through a lot of hardship to take care of her daughter. She doesn't get much sleep, so her immune system has been low. That's why pro-orthosis developed on her legs.
Today, a team of doctors and Tzu Chi volunteers arrive at Ms. Zhang's house not only to change medications for her daughter, but also to remind this brave mother to take good care of herself.
We go to the United States at the end of today's program. Over 60 second graders from Oak Strand Elementary School in San Dimas, California, visited the Tzu Chi U.S. headquarters to learn about recycling concepts, as well as ways to cherish all resources. We'll leave you with these images. Thank you for tuning in. Goodbye.